Hello, students. Welcome back to the class of business communication. In the first initial two sessions, we understood what is communication, what is formal communication, what is informal communication. And we also took few examples wherein we can develop our skills in formal communication and help us, it will help us in career enhancement. The basic purpose of teaching this course in SEM 1 of MBA is to enhance your skills. Majority of placement companies that come to our institute, they have this feedback form wherein they always persist on lack of communication among students. तो लैक ऑफ कम्युनिकेशन भाषा का नहीं है बच्चों, जैसे कि हम लोगों को बोलते हैं कि इंग्लिश नहीं आती. इंग्लिश है प्रॉब्लम, बट even I cannot speak Hindi confidently. Many times what happens that I have taken a lot of students Viva. मैं उनको बोलता हूँ कि हिंदी में बोलो, but still the words doesn't come out because of some inner fear, less confidence. So when I talk about business communication, it is not only speaking, but opening up out of the comfort zone that you are living, so that you can uh, pass on you can express whatever you learned. That is important. और ये सब अगर हो गया ना बच्चों, तो हमारे में एक अलग ऊर्जा आएगी, अलग एनर्जी आएगी, अलग पैशन आएगा, which will help us in advancing our career. So further in discussion of effective communication, I will share my presentation. We will move ahead with this. Now we come to the third part. In the first part, we talked about importance of formal communication. In the second part, we discussed about what are the types of formal communication. Now we come to the third parameter or third segment, wherein we are discussing about the various barriers in communication. कई बार हम जब डिस्कस करते हैं अपने दोस्तों से, माता पिता से, तो कई बार सामने वाला कहता है कि तुम्हारी बात समझ में नहीं है. What it means? What it means that there are certain limitation factors when we are speaking. In the society, there are various types of people. Like you might have seen some people stammering. Now, what is this stammer? The stammering is a barrier in communication. When a person stammers while speaking, you cannot understand what he's speaking. Another aspect is that you go to a place like Chennai, and you talk to somebody in Hindi, and that other person doesn't know the language, doesn't know the language of Hindi. He's comfortable with Tamil. That means there is a barrier, a big barrier, which we can also say a wall in communication. So barrier is not as far as words are concerned, it is a barrier of not reaching the other person whatever I want to convey. So the first type is noise. The first barrier is noise. For example, आप ड्राइव कर रहे हैं और आपके बॉस ने आपको कॉल किया, आपने गाड़ी रोकी, गाड़ी रोकते ही आपने फोन ऑन किया और बात कर रहे हैं. दिक्कत क्या है कि रोड से ट्रैफिक जा रहा है और ट्रैफिक वाले हॉर्न बजा रहे हैं. Now whatever he is saying, you might not be able to listen because of this noise, external noise that is going on. लाइक ट्रैफिक और हॉर्न, लोगों के बात करने का, गाड़ियों की आवाजें, ऊपर से मेट्रो जा रहा है, या कारपेंटर काम कर रहा है कहीं, कहीं प्लम्बिंग का काम, कहीं लोहे का काम कर रहे हैं, आप फैक्ट्री के एरिया में काम रुक गए हो, गाड़ी रोके हो. So these type of noise, your message doesn't go to the other person, and the other person's information you are not getting. ये होता है. दूसरा, मैं ऑनलाइन लेक्चर ले रहा हूं, और जैसे ही मैंने शुरू किया, रोड पे रोड डिगिंग वाले ड्रिल करना चालू कर दिए. द नॉइस इज देयर. आप जो स्टूडेंट्स हैं, आपको कोई बात मेरी समझ में नहीं आएंगी, और अगर समझ में भी आई तो द नॉइज विल नॉट मेक द लिसनिंग वेरी कंफर्टेबल. द बैरियर हो गया. अनदर एस्पेक्ट माइट बी कि बॉस ने आपको केबिन में बुलाया, बॉस ने केबिन में बुलाया, और बाहर चार पांच स्टाफ में बहस चल रही किसी पॉइंट पे. तो इसके कारण क्या हो गया कि जो बॉस आपको कहना चाह रहा है वो आप तक नहीं पहुंच रहा, जो आप कहना चाह रहे हैं बॉस तक नहीं. ही फील्स इरिटेटेड, ही फील्स डिस्टर्ब. केबिन खोलेगा और चिल्ला देगा. बैरियर्स इन कम्युनिकेशन. सो मेरा ये कहना, ये एग्जांपल्स के थ्रू मैं ये भी कहना चाहता हूं बच्चों कि the noise in communication not only is a barrier, it irritates the person, it frustrates the person because his message is not going in a proper fashion. He's putting all efforts, the same effort twice, thrice, four times, but the message is not going. He feels frustrated. And the third is the purpose of communication doesn't get solved. Okay, so barriers are a very very important point. So जब भी हम कम्युनिकेट कर रहे हैं, वहां पे नॉइज नहीं होना चाहिए. नॉइज होगा तो वी विल नॉट बी एबल टू डिस्कस इट. दूसरा, क्लोज डोर्स, बैरियर्स इन कम्युनिकेशन. Now here I am not talking about verbal communication. I am talking about peer communication. आप, suppose you are a female employee working, you are a female employee working, and you enter the cabin of your boss, and the boss close the door of the cabin. Will you be comfortable? No, not at all. So this will stop you from communicating with the boss. You feel uncomfortable, and the communication process gets hampered. ऐसा ही कई बार डॉक्टर के क्लिनिक में होता है. जब हम क्यों परिवार के साथ जाते हैं डॉक्टर के क्लिनिक में? क्योंकि अगर हम अकेले रहे, हमको डर लगेगा. वी विल फील स्केरी, वी विल फील अफ्रेड. सो क्लोज डोर्स विल नॉट help in communication. It is a barrier in communication, and we should open the door. मैं एक और चीज आप लोगों को बता दूं कि हमारे समाज में, हम जिस सोसाइटी में रहते हैं, देयर आर सो मेनी रिलीजन्स. मुस्लिम, हिंदू, सिख, ईसाई, क्रिश्चियन, जैन, बुद्धिज्म. What is this? These are closed doors. Two religion cannot talk to each other because there is a closed door. There is a barrier in communication. Muslims are not comfortable with Hindus. Hindus are not comfortable with Jains. Why? Because of closed doors. So this can be a barrier in communication. This should be removed if you have to enhance in your career, if you want to grow in your career. The third is faulty equipment. Faulty equipment, generally I talk about telephone, I talk about internet connection, I talk about Wi-Fi. I talk about mobile data. The equipment is not working. So जैसे आप कई बार फोन करते हैं तो सामने से आवाज आती है ना, आप बोलते हैं कि आपकी आवाज कट रही है। आपकी आवाज कट रही है इसका मतलब जो सेंटेंस बोल रहा है वो सेंटेंस पूरा कंस्ट्रक्ट नहीं होता है बच्चों, और वो सामने वाले तक पहुंचता नहीं, तो वो आपको फोन पे बोलता है कि आपकी आवाज कट रही है, तो आप क्या कहते हैं? वेट, आई विल कम आउट ऑफ माई होम, I will come in open air so that the fault between the barrier in communication stops. नेट का लाइट चली गई, नेट बंद हो गया। Wi-Fi is dependent on electricity. If electric connection is not there or the light goes away, you are not able to talk. You are not able to communicate. टेलीफोन खराब है, टेलीफोन डेड है, barriers in communication. So when I want to communicate, I must remove these hurdles. I must remove these hurdles so that I can talk better. And the last is closed cabins. It is a practice in India in many, many big organizations that the bosses or the big people always sit in a cabin whose door is closed. Now, as an employee, if I want to meet my manager, what I will do, I will knock and I ask, may I come in? But this takes many more time. Now, there is an emergency. I want to talk to you within few seconds, and the door is closed or the cabin is closed. I will not be able to communicate. So there are instances students जब क्लोज केबिन के कारण बड़े बड़े ऑर्डर्स मिस हुए हैं, बड़े बड़े कोटेशंस मिस हुए हैं, बड़े बड़े टेंडर्स मिस हुए हैं। क्यों? मैनेजर बोलता है वेट फॉर फ्यू मिनट्स, ही शोज योर हैंड, you are just peeping from the cabin and he just shows you hand, you wait, and there is a barrier in communication. That's why you are not able to tell him also with your eyes also, because he's in a working mode on some other assignment. He just shows you the hand, you are not able to communicate. Closed cabins, रिलेशन नहीं बनते बच्चों, दो कलीग साथ में बात नहीं करते, क्यों? क्लोज केबिन्स है। जब भी मैं आता हूं आपका केबिन बंद रहता है। आजकल केबिन में अंदर लॉक भी रहता है, लोग लॉक करके रखते हैं। यू आर नॉट, इट्स नॉट एक्सेसिबल। हम डेटा की बात करते हैं ना, द डेटा इज नॉट एक्सेसिबल, दैट्स व्हाई आई एम नॉट एबल टू अंडरस्टैंड हाउ यू आर बिहेविंग। These are certain barriers in communication which we should remove. To further enhance your knowledge about communication, I will again share with you a video which is a conversation between two employees. Uh, just listen to it and then we will continue our discussion.
I have really good news today. Oh, I am so happy. What is your good news, Tom? I got a promotion today. You are looking at the new supervisor of the marketing department. Wow, this is great news. I am so glad for you. So, you will start your new job this coming Monday? No, I need to finish my current projects in the sales department before I move over to marketing. I probably will start my new job a week from Monday. You have a lot of experience with this company. They will be very helpful to you in your new position. I know. However, I have never supervised people before. I hope I will be able to cope with all the new responsibilities. You will do fine. You are a natural leader, and you will lead well. You think so, Lucy? I know so. You are always good at coaching people. You led your soccer team to victory last year, didn't you? Leading a soccer team and leading a marketing department are not quite the same. Yes, they are in a way. First, Being a supervisor means building a good team where members work well with each other, right? Right. If members of a team do not understand their own tasks as well as the tasks of their teammates, it will be chaos. Second, a supervisor needs to identify his employees' working habits and the job requirements in order to build a better work environment, right? Yes. In order for me to improve my employees' performance, I need to understand their working habits and their skills. Then I can give them a little bit of coaching if the need arises. Third, you need to find out what motivates your employees, right? Yes, again. Everybody needs to be motivated either to find a better way of doing one's job or putting in extra effort to perform better. Things will not always run smoothly. There will be problem employees. So, fourth, you need to know how to coach, or how to counsel, or even how to discipline, right? Right. This is the worst part of being a supervisor. You need to be strong enough to cope with problem employees, to be wise enough to counsel them, and even be mean enough to discipline them. Things will change, and your department needs to be able to adapt to changes, right? Yes, technological changes happen every day. I need to get my employees ready for changes as well as to reinforce the need for change sometimes. And if you come up with new ideas, you need to be able to sell your ideas to your boss and your employees, right? There is no need to come up with new ideas if you cannot convince people of their value. Abilities, work hard and work well with others, be alert of changes, and last but not least, understand the values and goals of your company. If I want to lead, then I need to prove that I am a good leader. Those are the things that you need to do in your new position. Even though they are not exactly the same as coaching a soccer team, you will do fine. All you need to do is change your leadership style a little bit in this new environment. Thanks for the note of confidence, Lucy. You are welcome, Tom. Top speed tricks. Enroll course now to unlock more. Just 29 make your child topper in final exam. If your child is studying in
So this is how two colleagues discussing amongst themselves. He's sharing his promotion credentials, and the other person is guiding him how to cope up with the coming challenges. So this is how you help each other by communicating in a very formal manner with the peers. जब तक दो लोग साथ में काम नहीं करेंगे, एक्सपीरियंस शेयर नहीं होंगे, और ये शेयरिंग हेल्प करता है आपके बेटरमेंट के लिए, आपके करियर बेटरमेंट के लिए, और बहुत सारी चीजों के लिए. So students, this is the thing that I wanted to convey in this session. We talked about barriers of communication, and develop your skills in such a fashion that all these barriers can be removed and your communication can be better. So thank you very